Hello and welcome back to Bannerlord Modded. In the previous episode, we literally had a companion death, and I gotta say, I'm actually kind of relieved that it is not a bug and that it was just a very low chance, and it seems like indeed Tailworlds has changed the percentage chance for your own hero units to die. And indeed for others to die as well, because we haven't really seen any other enemy lords perish either, which is actually kind of, I'm not sure whether, do I like that? I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. On the one hand, I think that's a good change, because I think that before it was way too punishing, because basically what would happen is, you know, you've seen in my previous series, if you've seen the Sturgian Viking series, for example, then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But if you haven't, basically, it's all about you make this relationship with this character, whoever it might be, and that could be someone that your character marries, it could be a companion, it could be a vassal that you persuade over to your side, and then all of a sudden, they're no longer with you because they've died in the first or second battle that they've participated in, and that can happen very easily, or it used to. So I'm actually kind of a bit more on the side of, yes, I think this is a good change, but obviously for something like this, for a series like this, it's maybe not the best, but, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, this is actually not what I was intending here, but apparently we've got a pretty harsh battle on our hands. I do have Mr. Aaron here helping me out. I'm pretty sure he actually didn't want to help us with this. I think he was just caught out by mistake, but his involvement is actually going to make a pretty significant difference to us and our combat strength, and I'm very much hoping that we will be able to achieve a victory here. Now, bear in mind, this is actually one of those times where I actually don't know whether we're going to win. This seems like one of those real bad situations that you really don't want to get yourself in, but I apparently got myself very much embroiled in it, and we might have some issues here. We might. Anyway, I'm just going to try and do a little bit of damage with my bow. Obviously, this is a little bit more difficult than you might think, because the enemy, of course, is using a bunch of shields, because these are Sturgians, and they are not, you know, known for using too many polearms and things like that. They're much more known for using shields and axes and, you know, varieties of things like that. So anyway, I'm just going to move my forces over here. My archers are very sparse for some reason. We don't have too many archers in this particular army, probably because of Mr. Aaron joining us, which I gotta say, I'm happy that he's joining us, don't get me wrong. I'm happy that he's actually coming along, but I'm not so happy because his army is now interfering with my army's composition, you know what I mean? So that might be a bit of a problem. Anyway, I'm actually going to get my own cavalry to come over here, just in case the enemy's cavalry decides to charge in from the side. I'm going to bring mine up here. I'm actually going to charge in straight away because these guys seem to get out of position. Look at this. They are going out of position so incredibly right now that this is going to be a fantastic maneuver if we can make this work. Gonna tell my horse archers to charge in as well. Obviously, horse archers, they don't really need too much direction. You could basically just tell them to charge in, and then they will do their own thing and probably get the most kills in the entire battle. Yes, that's what they're good at. They are very, very good at that. Anyway, it seems like my forces in general are absolutely slaughtering the opponent, as you might expect. But again, it's one of those times where you're outnumbered. You don't know whether you're going to achieve victory. You might very well, but in general, it's a bit unknown, he says, as there are only kills in the kill feed. Yes, very, very few casualties that we're taking right now, and I'm not actually participating that much, hilariously enough. I mean, you can see here, you know, I'm doing my own thing, you know, I'm running around, I'm trying to get a couple of kills here and there, but most of the time, I'm not really able to find any opponents to fight because they are either all embroiled in some kind of attack somewhere on the battlefield and I can't really see them, or they've already been killed. So it's kind of a kind of a bad situation for me as well. Although, to be fair, winning, is it bad? Nah, not really, right? Winning in general is absolutely fine, and I'm pretty happy with that. But yeah, this is actually kind of strange. You know what? I think what I might do is, you know, once we have a little bit more, a couple more companions, because I think we're actually nearing the cap. I think I have about 70-something, 70-something companions. And if I'm able to continue gaining companions, which I obviously will be able to if I have, you know, suitable amounts of regular units to level them up with, then that should be perfectly fine, right? And then what we'll do is we'll just get rid of all the regular units, and we'll do what I was actually intending on doing a while ago, which was to have an entire companion-based army. Because you can see here right now, I'm actually not sure whether we even need the other units, because, I mean, yes, okay, I definitely think, for example, Battanian Fian Champions, I think they are definitely going to make a huge difference to the overall success rate of an attacking army or a defending army or something like that. But generally, do we need them that badly? Let's take a look after this and see how many kills the Battanian Fian Champions and the various other regular units have gotten. And then we'll see what happens, because I'm kind of intrigued to see how good they actually are. I mean, obviously they're very good. I mean, that is to be expected. They are noble units after all. They are the best of the best in terms of archery. But I'd like to see how much they get in comparison to some of our companions, because obviously our companions, they're hero units, you know? These guys are hero units. They have exceptional skills, in some cases have even more skill than most of the noble units. And there we go. Okay, so these guys are leveled up. I'm actually going to just level up 2 of the Battanian Fian Champions. And then we are going to have a look-see here. So athletics, and we'll go for roguery, tactics. I really have no idea, to be honest. I mean, maybe smithing a little bit as well. I really have no clue. Anyway, let's take a look here. Okay, so I myself was able to get 25 kills. That's not bad. Now let's just take a look at some of our other friends here. Wow, some of these guys were able to get 11 kills, 17 kills for Lek. Very nicely done, Lek. Good work. Now the red, he's doing well too. Ranos the Loyal got 18 kills. Very nicely done, sir. And the only... Yep, as you can see, the Battanian Fian Champions, they got 51 kills, but bear in mind there are 15 of them. And you can kind of expect 15 of these guys to muster up, you know, at least that many kills, to be honest. So, apart from that, the Vlandian Sharpshooters, we have 48 of these guys, and they were literally only able to get 27 kills. I can assume that they were probably blocked by something, or they were just harassed a little bit. Maybe that was the case, because for me, specifically, I would always expect Vlandian Sharpshooters to do pretty well. I mean, obviously, Battanian Fian Champions, from a statistical point of view, are better, just generally from their skill levels being so different, but I would have expected them to be around the same. I mean, considering they have so many Vlandian Sharpshooters on the field, it's a bit weird for me, personally, to see that, but oh well, never mind. Okay, I'm going to take these prisoners, and we are just going to continue our siege. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to just go out here real fast. I'm going to go back into the inventory real quickly as well, because what I would like to do is change these guys, lock them from equipping a horse, because obviously we didn't give them riding skill or anything like that, and we're just going to equip them with a bunch of stuff. Oh, this guy's also a bowman? Oh, I had no idea. Okay, so we're going to unequip a horse for him too. There we are. Okay, so that is perfectly fine. All right, so let's continue the siege. I'm literally just going to go straight on in. I have so many prisoners that I really don't want to lose them. So I'm not going to build anything else, even though I actually intended to build some other stuff just to, you know, kind of build some catapults and things like that. Someone actually recommended building some catapults just for the sheer purpose of using them in the siege themselves rather than on the world map, because obviously we build trebuchets usually because we want to be able to do the most damage possible to the castle walls. But you have found, the particular person that left this comment, you have found that catapults in general are much better in siege rather than on the campaign map. And that actually intrigues me quite a bit, because I've seen that in the past and I thought to myself, oh yeah, that's actually, they seem to perform quite nicely, so maybe it would be an idea. Maybe I should do something like that. That might actually be quite fun. So I will try that. in one of the upcoming sieges. We're going to rescue some troops, we're going to take some prisoners once again, and we'll take the loot. And then what I'm going to do is I will claim the thief will be inside here, and then we're going to go into the dungeon right away and just put them all in there. There we go. Okay, so that's fantastic. So these guys, including all of the lords, are now prisoners, and we are going to be attempting to recruit as many of them as possible. So where currently are we? Flinthorpe Castle, right? Yes, Flinthorpe Castle. I'm just going to increase that to 258. They apparently have no improvements here whatsoever, which is actually kind of... that's a bit weird. You know, look at this. This is absolutely awful. What have they been doing here all this whole time? Whoever was owning this before. I can only assume that this castle has been the target of many a siege over the course of the game so far, and as a result, they just basically haven't done anything with it, which is actually a crime, in my opinion, because castles in general, yes, okay, I understand, they're not going to be very good in regards to providing you with a stable income. Obviously, their tariffs and their rents and things like that, they're not going to be as lucrative as a town, but they are still going to be worth taking care of, you know? They can provide a pretty significant amount of security for varieties of units, and oh, look at that, Lyanna has now just gotten pregnant once again. Okay, we're really building up a massive family here, and yeah, actually, you know what? I should really download a mod that increases the speed of children growing up, because if it really takes, you know, 18 years or however long it takes in the game, I think it's 16, 15, something like that, 15 years or something in game for them to be able to start fighting. I think that's going to be very difficult. So yeah, I'm going to decline the peace agreement from Vlandia, as we always do, because you can see here that my war exhaustion specifically is only at 34 and theirs is at 100. So we can basically decide whatever we want in regards to them at the moment. Now, I actually sent a messenger to Vartan here, and I successfully persuaded him to join the Companion Corporation. Now, here's the thing. I decided not to give him any fief whatsoever. Now, there's a reason for that, of course. He is generally a very dishonorable person. So I decided, you know what, I'm not going to take a chance with this guy. I'm basically just going to leave him with nothing, and we're just going to take as many clans from the Vlandians as possible. Now, someone actually mentioned that too in the comments, and I thought to myself, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Now, here's the thing. Many of these people are currently in prison. Okay, so all of these guys are actually in prison at the moment. As you can see, they are last seen at Sargod, last seen at Galend, last seen at so on and so forth. All these various fiefs. So I can assume that the last remaining clan leaders from Vlandia are actually taken prisoner. So just bear that in mind. That I probably won't be able to recruit any other any others of theirs. So that's obviously kind of sad, I guess. Kind of sad, but not too bad, I guess. Anyway, we're gonna go for Riding Horde here, which halves the party speed penalty for herding, because you never know when herding is going to affect us, and generally I would like to try and prevent that as much as possible. So otherwise, now is a good time for us to take a look at Sturgia, shall we? Let's take a look at Sturgia and see if we can maybe do a little bit of damage. And I'm talking about, obviously, talking to people. This guy, he's apparently restoring himself. That's Raganvad. Godun? Aha, hello there. Yes, I will send messenger to Godun. Godun is usually a really nice guy, so I'm kind of hoping that we may be able to get him. Talavel Castle is under siege. Where's Talavel Castle? Oh, it's all the way down there. Are you serious? Who's besieging that? Are you... What? Okay, this is kind of weird. Alright, well, I guess I'm going to make my way down there and we'll see what we can do. It seems like my messenger is not arriving at Godun, so I can assume that he was actually defeated relatively recently? Is that true? Ugh, yeah, it's really annoying when the game actually continues running and the text box continues scrolling up. Yes, as you can see, he was literally just defeated right this moment. So, unfortunately, my messenger will not arrive. And it seems like whoever was besieging this has been defeated. Fantastic. Okay, good work, good work. All right, well, I guess the best thing that I can do now is probably head on over to... I think Revel probably would be a really good start to, you know, start dismantling the Sturgians a little bit. Okay, so who else can I actually speak to? What about this guy? No, he's just been defeated as well by the looks of things. What about Mr. Faffen? No, he is not. Bashorki? Nope, he's also not. Ah, this guy, there we go. Tovir, let's get Tovir on our side, potentially. And, yeah, okay, so, also, there was a comment regarding the persuasion options being reduced. So, for example, before, if you would not take this particular perk, you would have 4, shall we say, 4 pips, I guess you could call them, or 4 successes that you had to do to be able to achieve a successful, you know, attempt at persuading someone to do whatever you want them to do, right? Now, with this perk, that is reduced by 1, so you now gain 3. So you only need 3 attempts, 3 points, as you can see right there. So you only need 3 points to be able to do that, which is really quite good in my opinion. Now, you said if you have a high enough charm skill, it doesn't really matter whether you need, you know, 3 or 4 attempts, but this is the kind of situation I'm talking about where I think that 3 could actually save you. And that is the case of very difficult, very stubborn vassals. There are going to be some every single time, and it's just unlucky if you happen to run into them. This guy is one of those. Obviously, we only have 1 relation with him, so this is probably the reason for his stubbornness. But look, we only have 63%. Ooh, that was close. All right, yeah, I don't know. I don't know whether we were going to succeed there, but yeah, obviously now, boom, there we go, we're done. But just think about this. What if we were unsuccessful in persuading him on that first attempt? Then we would only have another, well, we'd have to be, basically, see, now here's the thing. That's the reason why I say the perk is actually pretty cool, because you then have 1 more failure allotted, you know what I mean? So you can basically fail 1 more time and you still have a little bit of a chance. Whereas before, if you would fail once, you'd basically be out of luck unless you got another critical success option. And that's obviously the only thing I'm trying to impart here. But I don't know. I think it's kind of, I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. I think it's kind of cool. Anyway, I'm thinking we're gonna give this guy something, but I don't know what. I'd just like to give him something so that he kind of sticks around. Yeah, okay, so this is going to be a little bit problematic. Okay, what am I going to do? I don't really want to give him Flinthold Castle because there are so many prisoners there. I mean, I want to get him, but I don't want him to... I don't want him to lose the castle. Actually, wait a minute. I don't need this castle, right? Because he's not at peace with us. He's going to bring this over to us because we're at war with him, right? Oh, yes. Okay, never mind then. All right, so I don't have to pay him anything. I can basically pay him 30,000 or 14,800 as the auto offer button says. So let's just do that. There we go. And he's going to be able to maintain control over his fief as well, which is really, really good. All right, so there you go. We did it. Fantastic. Now, the only problem with Takor Castle is that it is all the way over here. Yeah, it's actually very far away, and as a result, we are going to have some difficulties defending it if it does come under siege. And in that case, then he's going to be very unhappy because he won't have any fiefs to look after, and then he's probably going to think about leaving us, which is obviously not something that we want at all. Oh yeah, by the way, that's something I meant to do way earlier in this episode, but we're going to be declaring war against someone else at the same time here. Now, the main reason why I'm doing that, obviously, is to try and increase the difficulty that we're currently facing. Let me see here. I'd like to declare war on the Botanians, mainly because they are the closest faction to us, and it would probably be a good idea for us to do that. Western Empire is currently getting a huge amount of money from us, though. So I'm actually thinking maybe we want... Oh. You know what? I'm literally just going to declare war on them. Should I do that? Boom. Okay. Oh, we have absolute power, apparently. Yes, I'm able to just declare war whenever I want. Okay, that sounds good. I was not expecting that. I thought to myself, wait a minute, am I going to get any kind of relation decrease for this? You know, I might get a relation decrease or something, but no. They're perfectly fine with that. Alright, I'm happy to see that. Okay, so let's get our forces into position. Let's put these guys into a nice loose formation too. And I'm going to see if I can take out some of these horse archers. My slash was so incredibly inaccurate, but maybe I can do some damage with my wonderful bow. Nice. Oh, that's always funny, you know. It's always super funny when someone tries to slash at you with their one-handed or whatever, and they're being really cagey by raising their shield up, and then at the last moment, they lower their shield, and then you just shoot them right point blank in the face. Super fun. Anyway, there we go. We can hopefully take out... Oh my... Yeah, this is an absolute bloodbath. These guys really have no idea what they're in for, because I have so many characters here, actually, with thrown weapons as well, which is actually amazing, because that really makes a huge difference to our overall, shall we say, viability, too, because no matter whether you are an infantry person or an archer in my army, you're going to have some form of ranged attack, which I gotta say, I think is pretty cool. Okay, so what I'm actually going to try to do after this as well is, someone said that I'm very resilient. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm going to increase the damage that I take now, okay, as well. So, because usually what I like to do is I like to make it so that we don't take as much damage, so that I can participate in the battles just that little bit more. Because if I'm lying on the floor, it's kind of meh, you know, it's not that fun for any of us, you know. It's not that fun for you, it's not that fun for me, because obviously I'm not fighting, and we're not getting stuck in there in a variety of different ways. And yeah, I think we're actually kind of strong enough now that we probably are actually fine with being able to run around and do whatever we want to do. So that's what we're going to do after this. I'm just going to go over to the difficulty options, and I will change that. Okay, so we're just going to take these guys prisoner once again. There's actually 4 of them, amazingly enough. I'm going to take all of them prisoner as well. I won't take any of the looters, because they don't level up into noble units of any kind, which is actually kind of sad in my opinion, but I mean, it is to be expected. Looters are the lowest tier of bandit. Okay, so campaign options, here we go. So we're gonna just put this back on realistic, and then, yep, then that's it. Okay, yeah. And there we are. Yeah, okay. So that is perfectly fine, and now I'm probably going to make my way back to Flinthorn Castle. I have so many prisoners that it basically makes all the sense in the world for me to do that. And oh, the Southern Empire has formed an alliance with the Azerai. I should probably form an alliance with someone, shouldn't I? That might make sense. Someone said that I should make an alliance with Sturgia, but unfortunately I'm already at war with Sturgia, so it doesn't really... I don't think that's going to be possible, to be honest. I don't think that's going to be possible. So maybe I can try something a little bit different. So I'm thinking, hey, let's go over here, first of all, and I'm going to give this... Oh, no, I don't want to give this to Vartan. He's going to backstab me, isn't he? I'm going to give it to Aaron, because Aaron actually helped me in that battle, and I'm thinking... What? I literally just spent 560 influence to override everyone's decision? Okay. That's pretty significant influence spending right there, but okay. That is to be expected, I suppose. Anyway, I'm thinking I'll make an alliance with the Northern Empire. I can't do that. This faction is not interested in forming an alliance with you. Really? None of them? None of them are actually interested in forming an alliance with me. Why is that? Is it because this guy doesn't like me very much? That is probably the case. Okay, let's have a look at their combat strength. You know what? I'm going to send a messenger to Mr. Arion here. He only has... What? He's only 24? What happened to his... What happened to the ruler of the Northern Empire? Did we kill them? Or did he die? I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that, but apparently, yeah, Mr. Arion is now the leader of the Northern Empire, and we're going to give him some money. Hello there, sir. I am going to give you a lot of money. Actually, you don't even need money, do you? Look at you. You are very rich indeed, sir. Okay, yeah, we're going to give him some money. I'm going to give him 104,000. We increased it. Really? That's it? Yes, okay. 100,000 gets me 9 relation. Well, that's not particularly good, is it? Okay, I have no idea how to actually make that happen. Forming a non-aggression pact and things. I mean, I have enough money to be able to do that, and I said, oh, wait a minute. Here we go. This gives us a breakdown. Non-aggression pact with Britannia is -20. Oh. Okay. Okay, yes, we will never, I'm sorry to say that we will never ever be able to create an alliance with any of these people because our expansionism score is so incredibly bad that that is impossible. I am sorry to say. So for those of you that have suggested that in the comments, I apologize. There's not much I can do about that. Anyway, let's see. Can I? Oh. We might be able to persuade Saruk to join us. I would love that. That would be super fun to get him. Hello, sir. All right, so let me see how much. Oh, he's willing to join us for a pittance. This is great. Okay, what about the castle? Can you give me the castle as well, sir? I would very much appreciate it. Can I give him multiple castles? Yes, I can. Okay, he's happy with 3 castles. I will take 1 castle, and then he will join us. What do you think? Is this a bad idea? I mean, we can take all of these back relatively fast. Talavel Castle, Usan Castle. Well, yeah, okay. I'm gonna do it. And hopefully he's gonna help us out, kind of a lot. And obviously we are indeed also at the same time weakening the Aserai, which is actually fantastic, because the more that we can weaken them, the better, because that's obviously just going to make things even harder for them when they eventually decide to declare war on us, which is obviously going to happen at some point. Yes, so every single time I need to override this guy. You know what? I'm just going to give this to him. It's all the way down in Aserai territory. Have fun with that, Mr. Very dishonorable person. Yes, he very badly wants to backstab us, no doubt. He's probably going to do that quite soon anyway. Okay, Arion. Oh, that's actually a different guy. Never mind. That was some mercenary fellow. And yeah, okay, so what we're going to do is we're actually going to try the fire catapults this time. And we're going to see how they do, because I personally would very much like a different form of siege warfare, and I'm very happy to try this out. So thank you very much for letting me know about this as well, because apparently the fire catapults on offense are actually really effective. So I'm very interested to see. Because I think we've seen that before where they have been pretty good at getting a whole bunch of kills. And this is going to be, yeah, pretty enjoyable. So, let me see. I'm just going to speed things up real fast. And I'm just going to have a look-see here. I think they already got kills, didn't they? Yeah, look at that. Rugen the Bowman. He literally just gained 128 in throwing skill. I can assume that was the catapult hit that he managed to get there. So that's pretty cool, I gotta say. We were able to eliminate a handful of units, about 7 or 8 units. That's pretty significant considering it was just 1 shot. Okay, wait a minute. I'm getting shot in the leg. Ow. Alright, so the siege tower is now here. I don't really want to use the siege tower, if I'm honest. I really do not want to use this, but we're going to use it nevertheless. Oh yeah, by the way, someone said that the super speed mode, how do you use the super speed mode? Okay, so how you use it is basically Control V, alright? So Control V for vroom, I guess. I guess that's what they wanted to impart. But yeah, it's Control V to be able to activate it, and Control V to toggle it off again. I'm actually not entirely sure what's going on here with this guy. I think he wants to go in the main gate. Yeah, he wants to go in the main gate, but I don't. So I'm going to just continue to come up. What? Did you see that? What was actually going on there? I was floating in midair for some reason. I have no idea what was going on. Okay, yeah, there's some weird graphical oddities going on in... Oh, this is... Oh, this is really weird. You see this? That is super weird. Did you see that? I'm actually going to see if I can show you a little bit more accurately here. So let me just get up here. Look. What? What is this? What is this thing? Well, Barney is towering above the rest. He's doing a good job, isn't he? Oh, apparently I'm doing damage to the siege tower. Apparently it's a part of the siege tower. Maybe the little ramp thing is apparently not all the way down. Maybe that was what was causing that. I actually have no clue, but okay. I don't really mind. That's perfectly fine. And there we go. We were able to achieve victory. And I believe that the catapults did actually make a pretty significant difference in the amount of units that we were able to eliminate before we even got into the walls, which is actually really nice, because being able to thin out the amount of units on the walls before you get there, that is exactly what you want to be able to do. Anyway, we're going to be taking this as well, and I'm going to be going into the dungeon, placing some prisoners in there, doing the whole improved garrison thing. Where is this? Ustakal Castle. There we go. And we'll just do, I don't know, 269. Yeah, let's do 269. There we go. Just a random number, of course. And then we're going to manage the castle a little bit. And, ooh, this has got a whole bunch of improvements. Someone was definitely taking care of this castle. Thank you. Thank you for that. Very much appreciate it. And there we have it. Okay, so we are now indeed at war against 3 different factions, which is obviously what we kind of need to do, because if we don't do that, then, well, we're going to snowball way too hard, and it's going to be way too simple for us to achieve a victory. I'm actually thinking of even declaring war against the Aserai at this point. And you can see here that we have 100% support against the Aserai as it is. And you know what? Let me actually just see if I can... Wait a minute. No, I don't want to do that. Let's just see if I can speak to some other people here. Where is Karith? Isn't he the leader of a clan? I really like Karith, and a lot of people also seem to like him quite a bit. So I don't know what his clan is called, so I'm going to have to find him. Oh, wait. Where is he? He's not here? Oh, apparently he's left. No, he is part of the culture in... Wait. What? Karith of the Companion Corporation? Has he already joined us? What? Okay. That's surely not correct, because it says that he's a noble family of the Vlandians that is backing Barney in the Civil War? Alright, I had no idea. Okay, well, that's... I guess perfectly fine. This guy we can speak to, so I'm going to send a messenger to him, and maybe we'll be able to persuade him to join us. Bear in mind, I don't actually have a huge amount of money right now. Wait a minute, let me just pause real fast and have a look at what's going on here. We lost a lot of people in the battle against the Sturgians recently. Melodir's army was the one that was eliminated. That's not particularly good, but not a great loss, I don't think. I'm still not going to be making peace with the Vlandians, even though actually maybe I should just make peace with them. It makes no sense for me to really keep them around any further, does it? Because we've taken all of their fiefs, so it kind of makes no sense. Maybe I should literally just make peace with them. Yeah, maybe. Anyway, let's just succeed with our persuasion attempt with this guy, and we'll see what he has, because he has a castle. We can definitely persuade him for 12,000 to join us. And if I give him Ustakal Castle, for example, which is just what we've taken right now, and then I sweeten the deal a little bit with a little bit of extra money. So if I give him another 300,000. I'm not a big fan of giving him some more money because it's kind of expensive. What about Veron Castle? There we go. Now he's going to join us. Okay, fantastic. So we also have another castle that we have taken in Azerai territory at the same time, which is actually kind of fantastic, which is all the way down here, the one next to Sanala, which I very much like. And yeah, now we're very well set up to continue our expansion into that area as well. So obviously, whenever the Azerai want to attack us, we do have some good launching points for us there. This is going to go to Mr. Berican, because apparently he lost his fief, or maybe we didn't give him one. Not entirely sure. But yeah, I think that's actually going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.